So you go moose hunting?
I'm gonna go for a few days next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try with JP, some guys.
You going in the park?
No,
No, yeah, two God is in the park.
no, can't go in there no more, not allowed.
Okay.
They took my card away.
Oh.
Well, they didn't take it away, so I have it. But we're not in the draw, so
Okay.
yeah, it sucks. But I went to the gate, talked to the lady. She was like, "Oh, are you going in?" I went, "No, I can't." And she was gonna let me in. I went, "No, not allowed." So you're still
Okay. So
you don't
As far as I know, I guess I never used mine. No idea.
you got a cow tag this year.
I did. Oh, in your party? Yeah. Okay. That's good news, I guess.
Yeah.
That is.
Depends on the cow.
Oh, boy. Not even 100. And,
Never had a taste so much this year.
GP got
My
a bull
cattle?
tag for 48.
I did
so,
enough.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I was always right on it this year. They were just
I
making their
applied
getaway
down
when I
south.
got there, kind of thing.
In Bear Sound.
Okay.
I didn't get anything else.
I didn't
I
get that.
applied there.
oh, when they escape.
When they break out through the
Oh,
electric
yeah.
fence, yeah.
That was, I saw you the one time that got
The store,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Points.
You're like, I gotta go. I got
You know,
cows
like for a year,
on the
I
move.
had
Well,
my
that
Just
local
when the
fair,
fall
and
fair was on, I was
Yeah.
planning
Had
to
to
go to
start
the fall
over.
fair and
So,
that didn't happen because of the
I
cattle.
kinda
only-
nice.
I don't
We
know
went
how
for a
many
walk.
points I got. I only applied 1 year. Just so I can hunt down there.
yeah.
Just about there.
Yep.
Okay. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our viewers at home to our October 11th, 2022 regular meeting of council. I would take a mover and a seconder to open the meeting. Moved by Councillor Vinecourt, seconded by Councillor Corbett. That this meeting be opened at 7 p.m. All in favor? Carried.
I have a point of order.
Okay,
I have a point of order for the September 27th, 2022 regular council meeting. I wish to call attention to what I believe is a violation of the rules of procedure as it pertains to our bylaw to govern the proceedings of the council of the corporation of the township of Bonfield, its committees and boards, which occurred after adjournment of the September 27th, 2022 regular council meeting. The reference is number 13.4. The business of council shall be disposed of in the order in which it appears on the agenda, and no new items may be introduced unless authorized unanimously by the council. When the September 27, 2022 regular council meeting was adjourned, recording was stopped, and I had vacated my seat at the council desk. Councillors Corbett and Vianco and yourself, Mayor McLaren, stayed seated at the council desk to further discuss and debate what I believe was the RFP municipal software, which had already been dealt with in order in which it appeared on the agenda, item 12.2. Essentially, the three of you gave yourselves additional time to further discuss a matter that was disposed of during the meeting. As you recall, I was not permitted to have additional time during the meeting to discuss the role of the fire department at the Bonfield event park because of a point of order introduced by Councillor Corbett. I respected that point of order. I had no choice but to comply, and I did. A short time later, an illegal meeting took place, closed to the public and in violation of our bylaw to govern the proceeding of council. This would have gone on for at least 5 minutes as I was gathering my things, putting on my coat in the back conference room and walking out of the township office. Other items may have been discussed and debated when I was en route to my vehicle and then driving home. Can you share with the viewers of this meeting as much as you can recall, with the help of those councillor members that were present then at the council desk, the substance of that illegal meeting, unauthorized in-camera meeting or closed meeting, if that's what it was? that must have lasted between 5 and 10 minutes or more. When there is quorum and recording clerk is still there, that's a meeting. Now, would the minutes of the September 27, 2022 meeting be accurate and complete when discussions and debates took place beyond its adjournment in a secret meeting? Or would there be minutes for separate meetings such as for a special meeting?
Okay, you're finished?
Yeah.
I'm trying to recall
So,
a conversation that happened at the end of the adjournment of the meeting. First of all, I disagree with your point that there was an illegal meeting that took place. But I do recall that the conversation turned to how busy October is for the deputy clerk. And I did make the statement to the effect that you have enough to do without concerning yourself about a variety of other things that are perhaps not priority to the business of the township, being in the position we're as short-staffed as we are. But there was no decision made nor any recommendations made related to the software that you're describing outside of the meeting itself that had previously adjourned.
Thank you.
Do either of the councillors have any recollection of conversation? Yes, Councillor Corbett?
I concur with your recollection. I would maybe just say, if anything, there was no material advancement of any municipal work done at all. There was perhaps a reiteration of what the conversation was and just the acknowledgement of how busy it was. But there was no advancement of any municipal work at all.
Okay, you?
yeah, I totally agree too. And to say that we spoke for another 10 minutes is, I totally disagree with that. And by the time I was off the chair, I was probably here a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. So I don't know where you're getting your illegal meeting. So that's
Thank you.
all I gotta say.
Okay, thank you. Adoption of previous minutes. I take a mover and a seconder for the minutes. Moved by Councillor Legacy, seconded by Councillor Corbett, that the minutes of the regular council meeting held September 27th, 2022 be adopted as circulated. Any questions? All in favor? Carried. Any disclosures of pecuniary interest? Hearing none. There's no presentations or delegations. Minutes and reports of municipal committees and boards. Planning advisory.
We do not have a meeting this month, nor do we have anything. I believe there was an application, but we were still waiting from North Bay Mattawa Conservation Authority, and we haven't heard anything from them.
Okay, thank you. Fire department.
Actually, we did have a meeting last week. Myself and Councillor Corbett attended the fire hall to check out the new truck. They were doing some training upstairs. There is an issue with one of the old, I guess, the rescue truck motor. So we're looking at maybe, I think it's $6,000. I'm not sure. They're supposed to see what our best way ahead. I mean, moving forward, we don't have a budget for another truck. So we spoke about the training issues and other issues, also attending the Bonneville event park, which they totally agree is within. I mean, that's their. I think we'll get into some other agreement later on. If we have to, then there'll be. Anyways, this year they're done there anyways, so it's closed. Councillor Corbett, would you like to
Nope, I think that was good.
add anything? Or
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you. Recreation and fitness.
no, we're just getting ready for the like the Halloween entry. Is everything? Yeah, I think there's some motion coming up for that.
Okay. Flyer was out in the mail for it, so that's giving people a heads up. Library.
There was one schedule. I did not attend. I don't believe there was one.
Okay. General government is not met, nor has police services, nor has emergency management, although the emergency management coordinator, as you'll see in our disbursements, took some training courses that he was speaking to me about, and briefly advised me about what they entailed. And it's good that he's, I think, something that I've overlooked stating up to now too, because it's about 6 weeks ago that he copied us all on it, but he has greatly reviewed all of the emergency management binder that is related to disasters or any other such event that would happen in the municipality, and he's updated many of the things that needed to be streamlined related to changes in what information can it contain as far as contact information of certain individuals and things like that. So he's done a tremendous amount of work behind the scenes to bring that plan back up to current status, and at the same time has found time to take some outside training. So that's really good work. Public Works Manager is here. Maybe you could give us a brief update how things are progressing.
I had a meeting last Friday for the exercise equipment. We did some borehole drilling, took some soil samples, as an engineer has to sign off on the posts that hold the sunshades over top, so that because it could be dangerous if it's not planted in the ground properly. However, they're very confident everything will be a go on before December. The park, Centennial Park, his walkway was completed today, and now they're coming over just to here tomorrow, and everything should be done by tomorrow afternoon. We're starting our Talon Lake project that I spoke of in regards to the siltation and the ditching that has to be done. That will be started that this week. Asset management plan, still working on that. It's quite the large document. Also waiting for the new roads need study that we did with Golder and our bridge and culvert study. Still taking in material from landfill from Highway 11. The 31st of October is snowplow training refresher courses. We're hosting it here in our township at East Ferris and Calvin Township. And on the 19th, some of our laborers as well as Calendar and East Ferris will be doing propane handling training. We have to do that every 3 years. Other than that, business as usual. The sand is a bit late. He should be here Wednesday or Thursday.
The winter sand.
Yes.
Good. Any questions from council? No? Okay. Reports of non-municipal committees and boards. Phenom, nothing that I'm aware of. Conservation Authority.
Yeah, we did have a meeting the day after our last council meeting, but I did get COVID and was not able to attend because you need to attend in person. So I have no report on that meeting.
Castleholm, keep getting construction reports from the building group, consultants and building group behind it, and it seems to be progressing from what I can see from the streets surrounding it. But as we know, that's a 2 to 3 year project underway there. And Bonfield Seniors Housing.
Meeting scheduled for October 26th.
Okay, thank you. No motions from any of the committees, I don't think. Maybe, no, okay. The recreation one falls under correspondence thereafter, so no bylaws either. So we'll move into disbursements. I will take a mover and a seconder to table them, and then we can follow up with any questions. Move by Councillor Foysen, seconded by Councillor Vaillancourt. Before I read the motion, I'd ask if there's any questions related to the disbursements. Yes, Councillor Lagasse.
Page 3 of 3. Refund for Goulart for planning and development. What was
it was a in 2021, I believe they applied for a I'm not sure if it was a severance or consolidation of the lots, and they thought they had to reapply after their 1 year, but it's now 2 years. So they were refunded as the not public works, sorry, manager of planning requested that they be refunded that cost.
Okay.
So that's
well,
what that is.
So they did
Yes.
make it 2 years now.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Yep.
Right, thank you. And can you?
Yes.
The fourth CGIS quarter slims, what is?
That's a municipal software that we use for planning and
I
building,
remember a
but
little
we pay that 4 times a year. That's the CGIS is what it is.
Was it called something else before? No?
No, it's always SLIMS or CGIS.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm. Thank you.
Any other questions? I'll read the motion then. Moved by Councillor Foisey, seconded by Councillor Vinecore, that the following disbursements be approved as prepared. All the departments under APO 6167, resulting in a subtotal of $172,689.54, and payroll batches 1248 through 1251, amounting to $24,350.73, resulting in a total disbursement of $197,040.27. Last call for questions. All in favor? Carried. Correspondence. First item, Halloween parade donation. The Halloween parade is being organized by a private individual again, and last year we made donation. I take a mover and a seconder to entertain a donation. Moved by Councillor Foisey, seconded by Councillor Vinecore. And we have to come upon an amount before I read the motion. So just as information purposes, what was the amount last year?
$100.
100.
Okay. Is that what we're suggesting this time then?
That's fine by me.
Okay. So moved by Councillor Foisey, seconded by Councillor Vinecore, that the Council of the Township of Bonfield approves a donation of $100 to assist Renee Contin with the Halloween parade to be held on October 29th, 2022. Any questions? All in favor? Carried. Next item is the annual Poppy campaign. And it's got a blank spot. The motion here speaks to who will be attending the ceremony in calendar, and the usual $65 donation related to the wreath purchasing. I take a mover and a seconder for that. Moved by Councillor Vinecore, seconded by Councillor Corbett. Typically, anybody from council is welcome to attend, so do you want me to just fill in council?
No, they usually they would like a name of who's going to be laying the wreath, and without assuming that you would be available that day, that's why I put it as
Okay.
blank.
I believe that is a
Friday.
Friday. Okay, I would go. So, okay. So I'll fill my own name in and read the motion. Moved by Councillor Vinecore, seconded by Councillor Corbett, that Randall McLaren be attending the Remembrance Day ceremony to be held at the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 445 in Callender, November 11th, 2022, for the wreath laying ceremony, and that a 20-inch wreath be purchased at the requested amount of $65 to be laid at the cenotaph on November 11th, and that the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 445 be advised and that all expenses be paid accordingly. All in favor? Carried. Item 3, report from the Planning and Public Works Manager regarding correspondence about the park and the new playground equipment. I take a mover and a seconder for it, and we could have whatever discussion is necessary. Then moved by Councillor Corbett, seconded by Councillor Vinecore. I'll read the motion first. Whereas Council approves the joint recommendation from the Manager of Public Works and the Manager of Planning and Development that Centennial Park is a pre-existing township parkland that prohibits dogs, and whereas additional signage will be posted in accordance with the Animal Control Bylaw 2013-9 in both Kaviskong and Centennial Park, be it hereby resolved the Council approves of this recommendation. Any questions? Yes, Councillor Foyce.
Yeah, I believe that the soccer field and the hill are popular spots for off-leashing dogs right now, so maybe that's something in the future we could look at, trying to find somewhere, create a park for off-leashing dogs. Would be a good idea.
Okay, Councillor Legacy, you had a question?
I have two questions. One is regarding service dogs. Is there anything in here? Because we all took the accessible, well, not all of us, but some of us took the course for accessibility. And during that course, I remember we have to make room for service dogs, guard dogs, and guide dogs. And I don't see anything in here. Also, I only see for dogs. I know there's other animals that we have in the municipality that have been in the parks. What about them?
I could answer briefly. We did look at the bylaw, and there are some things that is felt that it should be revised within the bylaw. The manager of planning and development would like to revisit that this winter regarding service dogs, regarding where dogs could be allowed, et cetera, et cetera. Unfortunately, for what we do have currently in our bylaw, it does just pertain to dogs. It doesn't pertain to cats or anything like that.
Okay.
So it'd have to be a revisiting of the bylaw.
Because we didn't
Yes,
we have another letter similar to this a few weeks back?
This is the letter that was in the
concern?
last council agenda, but I'm not aware of any other letter.
we had responded to Christine Rose officially related to animals in the park, particularly reptiles and other things. Was the subject of her letter. And sorry to interrupt there, Councillor Legacy, but it seemed to me at that time, and I meant to research this today to see if we're consistent, that the bylaw enforcement officer had said that Centennial Park was not a dog-free park, but that's just going from memory. So anyway, I guess in both cases, it's inadequately signed at the moment, the signage, but the official correspondence that we sent out to, because I know we did a motion here at the table to acknowledge the letter, first of all, and then second of all, to respond to it. As long as we're consistent with whatever we said, I want to say a month to 6 weeks ago, then we're in good standing, I think. Is that the case?
Yes, so the bylaw states that wherever signage is within the municipal park, there is to be no dogs. So there is a sign in Centennial, there's signs here. But as for the rest of the bylaw pertaining to other animals, it would have to be looked at.
Okay,
So
yes.
is this an amendment to the bylaw 2013-09? Is
I
this
can't
like an
answer that.
amendment?
We're not amending anything. We're just trying to bring resolution to Mr. Greer's letter stating that we do have signage in the park.
Okay,
No
but it's-
dogs are allowed to be in those parks, etc. This is not an amendment to the
If it's
bylaw.
not amending it, then why are words being added?
We're just saying, I
No.
think, in the motion that we're
No.
going to put more signage so that people are more aware.
That wording is the existing wording, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, in her report, yes.
And the splash pad too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Councillor Corbett.
Just speaking to the other part of the concerns raised in the letter, which is the public consumption of alcohol. I support the manager's report in the fact that it is an OPP responsibility to enforce. However, wondering if that is something in addition we can perhaps post signs to just remind people that consumption of alcohol in a public space is not permitted.
Yes, we still have to put up our rules of the playground, etc. Our signage recognizing FedNor and NOHFC. So it will be contained in that signage.
All right, any other questions? All in favor? Carried. Item 4, the Legion, again, regarding their 10th annual military service recognition book, request for purchase of a business card size ad. Take a mover and a seconder for it. By Councillor Legacy, seconded by Councillor Corbett. Whereas the Royal Canadian Legion Ontario Command will be printing their 10th military service recognition book, scheduled for release by October 2023. It hereby resolved that the Corporation of the Township of Bonfield supports this remembrance project, for which the proceeds raised are used to support veterans transition programs to help modern-day veterans that suffer from PTSD and other challenges by sponsoring an advertisement space business card size for a cost of $375, HST included. Any questions? Yes, Councilor Corbett.
Just wondering if, perhaps not on this one, but in the future, if we could actually almost tailor some of these ads, that, you know, something to the effect that we support, Bonfield supports, you know, it's vets, or it supports military, something a little less generic, I think would be appreciated by those viewing the catalog. Again, timing and staff shortage, I'm not suggesting it for this one, but perhaps moving forward, something would be nice.
Okay. That and also the suggested inclusion that they have is based on our, prior to our rebranding,
Yes.
so we need to refresh
Yes,
that.
and they've been made aware of that as
Okay,
well.
good. Yep. That was their correspondence to us, so that was
Yes.
the latest they had. So,
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions? All in favor? Carried. I guess we've made it to information. All of those there are ones we've seen before. Nice to see Manager Green attend the conference and enjoy that and learn some important stuff for us. The OPP billing contract, I also received that by email. So there's no comment on any of the information. There's no new business. And there's no unfinished business. So we're already to the spot of confirmatory bylaw. Take a mover and a seconder for it. Moved by Councillor Vinecore, seconded by Councillor Corbett. Whereas council deems it expedient to pass 3 readings of the following bylaw this session, be hereby resolved that a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council from September 27th, 2022 to October 11th, 2022 be read a first, second, and third time, passed in number 2022-41. That said bylaw be signed by the mayor and clerk, sealed with the seal of the corporation, and be engrossed in the bylaw book. All in favor? Carried. I would take a mover and a seconder to adjourn the meeting. Moved by Councillor Legacy, seconded by Councillor Vinecore, that this meeting be adjourned at 7:26 p.m. All in favor? Carried, and thank you.
Thank you.